Today's puzzle is white to move, and we are currently down a rook with our bishop under attack, but what we do have is this passed pawn on a7, which is looking to queen, forking the king and the rook, from which our queen will then support the queening square on a8. After the king moves to the side, we just take the rook, and it looks like black is completely toast. After stepping the king to the side, we take the rook, they take our bishop, but why can't we just promote to a queen here? Well, black has this beautiful pawn to h3, dragging our king out of its bunker, from which they can follow up with queen to f1, force the king out, queen delivers another check, and if the king tries to avoid the queen, then finally the knight jumps into the fray, pushing the queen back to the light squares, which will just be a draw by repetition with queen to d1 and queen to f1. So fine, maybe immediate promotion isn't available, but what if we try the move king to h3? Well, incredibly, black actually has a forced checkmate from this position, starting with queen to d7. It's a mate in 14. g4 leads to immediate trouble with queen to d3, so white tries to retreat the king over to g2, but black has the follow-up pawn to h3. If the king goes to the back rank, then there's an immediate queen to d1 checkmate, and after the king steps up, then there's queen to d3, forcing the king up to g4, pawn to h5, sacrificing the pawn, dragging the king even further up the board. If the king steps to the side, then knight to g6 check, king takes on h5, queen f3, pawn g4, knight f4 check, king h4, knight g2, king h5, and somehow after queen takes on e4, there's no checks to the black king, and queen to g6 is an unstoppable checkmate. Okay, maybe white can give a couple spite checks, but that's really it, promoting to a queen and then is completely lost. So king to h3 is no bueno, promotion is no good either, but what you should have noticed from both of these patterns is that black's crucial resource is pawn to h3. So instead of getting involved with any of that, white plays the incredibly calm and collective prophylactic move pawn to h3 themselves. Black in this position has nothing better than to capture on g3, after which we can just promote very safely. If they capture on f2, we just take back with the queen, and now it is black who is under a serious attack. We are up a queen and black has no checks. Hopefully you should be able to win this position, but black does have the knight, so you never know. Maybe black will still come out on top.